Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Quivz here. Quivz does stuff. And today we're going to be starting a new Let's Play that will go for however long I can be bothered to keep it going for. You know me. These things don't last forever. Terratech. This is not the first time Terratech is actually featured on this channel. In fact, Terratech was one of the earlier I think you should play this games that we played. That segment is basically where I introduce games that I think aren't being played enough. Like, they are good games, they're excellent games, they're available for whatever price they're available for, and nobody's playing them or not enough people are playing them. So I will do a video, and Terratech was one of the first ones that we did. In that video I tried to show sort of the basics of how the gameplay works and, you know, how the progression system works. But now I was looking for something else to play. This channel was turning into a Phasmophobia channel, and that's really not the point, because I play all sorts of things. But there are other things where I'm like, I don't really want to stream that because, you know, I'm either just experimenting or, you know, I'm not playing it at a level that's worth streaming. But Terratech, I thought, you know what, we can have a crack at Terratech, we'll play it properly, we'll go as far as we can. We might not get, you know, to end game content before I get bored of it and move on to another game, but we might. Hopefully we do. I generally do get pretty far into Terratech before I get bored. The game has gone through several updates since I last saw it. The game has been officially released. I don't think it's in early access anymore. There's lots and lots of content, and the developers continuously add new content, which is actually one of the most impressive things about it, is that the content doesn't seem to stop coming, even though the game's been officially released. And that is to be commended. The game is worth playing. 4 or 5 years ago, it was worth playing. It was worth playing at release. It was excellent. And its first early access release. It's still really good. There are very, very few minor bugs that do occasionally happen, but they're rare. And the developers, again, haven't stopped developing the game. They haven't stopped fixing bugs, and they certainly haven't stopped adding new content. So yeah, excellent game. Lots of fun. At the moment I have the sound turned right down because all this shooting and stuff is loud, and so is the music. This is just sort of an idea of what some of the craft that you can make look like. I think these are all made by players and then submitted, and then they end up in this sort of 3-on, well, not 3-on-3, but 1-on-1-on-1 fight at the beginning of the game. But yeah, alright, so we'll turn the sound back on and we'll start a new game, and we'll get into it. So I'm going to put the sound effects all the way up. Hopefully it's not too loud. It should be okay. Let me check the OBS balance. Yeah, I'm going to leave the sound effects on full because they shouldn't interfere with my voice that often. We should be okay. And I'll add a little bit of the music because the music, while not amazing, does make the game. Sorry, there was a bit of a half burp, half hiccup. I'm drinking coffee. It is about 9:30 at night, and I have had a mentally slow day. I need a bit of coffee to get me going again. Alright, new game. Yeah, I forgot to mention, there are other modes. So creative mode, sumo mode, and gauntlet. If you pay a little bit extra, there's also an R&D test chamber mode that you can have, where you can test blocks that aren't in the official game yet. And they will give you access to essentially a creative mode. But it has some extra things, like you can set further constraints about the world. You can have, for example, a perfectly flat world, things like that, and you get access to blocks that are currently in development and not in the game yet. But we're going to be going for the campaign. That is the, I would say, intended experience, although don't get me wrong, creative mode is a lot of fun. Maybe as a future episode we might do a bit of creative mode. You can choose your seed, make it whatever you want. Let's make it Let's Play and see what happens. Actually, I think the last time we did this we might have done that as well. You can skip the tutorial. I'm going to skip the tutorial because I know how to play this game. When you first play it, I would recommend not skipping the tutorial at least the first time, so you've sort of got an idea of what to do. But it is relatively obvious. It's a bit like playing Legos, but a bit different. It's very simple, actually. The user interface is excellent. It makes it really, really easy to achieve everything that you want to achieve. Alright, that's me. I start as this. And some blocks rain down on me. Oh, I just threw that somewhere. There it is. I forgot that it's click and drag, not click. No, in front. And let's put that at the back for now. Put some wheels on it. If you like it, you should have put some wheels on it. And a gun. I think I just realised what mistake I made gun-wise. Oh, it's given me enough wheels for 6. Alright, let's make it 6 then. Oh, no, it hasn't. Oh, yes, it has. Alright, so we'll take that rear one off and we'll pop that there instead. The second gun on top. Put the drill nose on the front. The stabilizer on the rear. Beautiful. So this is my first little vehicle, and you saw, like, that was pretty easy. It's literally just pick up and snap things into place. The little red indicators indicate where things are allowed to be snapped to. It's pretty context sensitive, like it makes sense. And yeah, mouse controls are pretty easy. Hold right to rotate, scroll in and out. Left interacts with the environment, which is only blocks. And then WAS and D, space. I think Control and Alt and like some other things come into play later, but they're a fair bit later. Top right, current mission objectives. Bottom right, your map. This indicates someone's about to land here, so I'll have to fight this guy. And then I get his blocks, because I killed him. Not all of them, some of them. Sometimes they get damaged and explode, so you don't always get all the blocks. But yeah, you get the blocks often. Do I want these wheels at the moment? Not really. Might not bother. Yeah, so I'm not going to do a huge amount of explaining as I go, because I did all that in the You Should Play This. Didn't someone else just land nearby? Oh, well, I can't see them now, so I suppose it doesn't matter. Right, so that's my solar generator, and this can be anchored to the ground. See, it's got an anchor point. Now you can, if you zoom out far enough, lift it up off the ground and drop it. But if you're in a bit closer, it'll give you an anchor opportunity. So that generates power while it's anchored, and then they drop me a repair bubble. So I attach the repair bubble to the solar power generator, and I get a repair bubble within which my blocks are repaired. So you've got to take the repair station with you. So, since I've played a lot of this game, I know a little bit more about this, and I know that there's better things we can do than just take that with us. So let's redesign our vehicle. Let's take this wheel off, this wheel off, this wheel off. Let's put that there, let's put that there. Let's put the repair bubble here. Really could have done with a few more bricks, but oh well. Beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Let's, how about that for now? Somebody wants a fight. Do you see how easy that was? I've just entirely... Okay, let's not get too silly. The AI is not the most fantastic thing in the world. It's good enough for the purpose, which is a fun little block building game. But yeah, so he was basically stuck on a rock, and that was his life because he couldn't work out what else to do. Too bad for him. Oh, I might keep that. It might come in handy later. Anyway, okay, so the reason I built my thing the way I built it is because down here in the bottom right, there are extra things you can do, and one of those is to anchor your tech. And that will actually launch the anchor into the ground, lift your tech up off the ground, and in the case of the solar generator, it'll activate, which means I can then just anchor the tech to repair rather than continuously placing this every time I wanted to do it. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go get our battery. So once we get our battery, we will no longer need to anchor as often. I don't know what this dude's deal is. Scanner sniffer. He's also stuck. So again, you want to destroy as few blocks as possible, but you don't always get much in the way of options. Yeah, so that's left me another one of those, but that's alright, we'll take that. But yes, it's a very nifty little game with, like I said, really good progression. It goes on for a long time. The graphics are pretty good. Some people would say they could be better, but I think if they were any more detailed, they'd start to get too busy for you to actually work out what it was that you were doing. Alright, my battery's stuck in the tree, so we've got to knock the tree down. I could shoot it, but I do have these drills in the front of my craft, so I can just run into the tree. And these are resource chunks. They'll come up soon. The game is still technically tutorializing at me, but it's, you know, less than one would normally expect it to. See, so now I have a battery. So now the repair bubble can activate so long as there's power in the battery. Battery has a simple indicator, and the battery will charge off the solar. So if I do that, you'll see that that starts flashing, and now it's full. So now we have a full battery. Alright. Why is it doing that? Did it want me to do something else with that battery that I didn't do? I think it did. I think what it wanted me to do was this. Oh. Well, maybe that's the end of the basic tutorializing. Quite probably. There must be a little bug that that little indicator hasn't gone away yet. Oh well, not the end of the world. Alright, that there, and that goes there. That one's going to have to go there for now. And that one goes there. Oh yes, and that one goes there. Cool. Oh, I do have another brick. Alright, well that can go there. Beautiful. Alright. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to give me a mission to find my radar. I don't know what's happened there. Something's happened. Why is it not completing? Let's try exiting and re-entering, because I have a feeling that that mission has bugged out. Because the next mission is to find your first radar, which makes your mini-map in the bottom right better. Maybe your reload will fix the problem. Well, it still hasn't given me another mission, but the little indicator on the battery's gone away. Oh, well, maybe it doesn't give me that. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So, occasional bugs. I wasn't actually expecting to be demonstrating one so early. But yes, there are occasional bugs. They are working on them. They do crop up from time to time. And mostly they're minor, like that one. So, put that up there, and that there. I might charge my battery a bit. Yeah, so the repair bubble constantly uses power and uses even more power when it's actually doing repairs. Actually, I'm not sure if it uses power while it's doing nothing. It might actually not use any power while it's doing nothing. That might just indicate that it is powered. I'm not sure. I think there is a wiki for this game. It's not really necessary. Most of the game is obvious enough without one. There we go, that guy had my radar. So now, if you'll watch in the bottom right, when I touch the radar, it gets bigger. Yeah, so it's not that much greater, but it does actually improve how much you can see. It's a bigger difference than it looks like. Yeah, we'll keep all the blocks because we want all the blocks. At the moment we do anyway. Oh, well, it wants me to go that way. Alright, it wants me to return to the location of the crash. So that's where I landed at the very beginning of the game. Now you'll see I'm moving slower. That's because the actual weight of my craft has increased and the wheels are having more trouble dealing with the weight. So there are limits. You can overload your tech so much that it can't roll around very well anymore. There are all sorts of other things. Later on you'll get to flying machines, hovercraft, helicopter blades, all sorts of blocks, all sorts of weaponry. That's very, very expansive. Right, now let's send a delivery crate, and this will just be some free new parts. To upgrade with. Alright, so now I'm going to do pretty much a complete, or very close to complete redesign, really. So let's see, we'll start with this, but then I want to keep going back. Put that... No, it's giving me two of these now, so we want them somewhere where they can both be useful. We'll put that in between them. Here's another thing. The G and the F button will rotate blocks into alternate orientations that are available. Let's put the batteries. I think they've given me two of them so far, yeah. And a second repair block, which we'll keep for now, although it's not really necessary to have two repair blocks. But we'll keep them and we'll put them behind this first row. What else do we really want? Well, no, I've got a radar. I won't bother with the second radar. We'll just leave that here. It's giving me an extra gun. We'll put that there. Oh, two of them, so we'll put that there. We'll put the... So these guns are different. The ones that look like little telescopic radar dishes shoot lasers. And the other one shoots this little pellet that has a very short range and drop off. But the lasers go really far. They are gimbaled, so they do rotate to face. Certain weapons do, certain weapons don't. Right, look, bigger wheels. So they will actually deal with weight better than the ones that I had. Doesn't mean we can't use the ones that I had, it just means that we now have access to ones that deal better with the weight and go a little bit faster. There are 3 more blocks here. Do I want 3 more blocks? I kind of do, kind of don't, but we'll take them for now. Kind of silly looking tech, but it works. Doesn't have a great turning circle. There is a day-night cycle, so sometimes it'll be nighttime and your solar panels won't work. Yeah, that's a good coffee. Right, that'll do. Rebuild and leave the area. So all I have to do is exit the sort of local vicinity of the care package. Right, now it wants me to find a trading station, and it's given me an indicator to the closest one. I'll fight this guy on the way. He's got very little chance, because I have way more guns, and I also have the repair bubbles, which he lacks. But you never know, every now and again one of these guys has cool stuff that you want, or they'll drop things like more weapons. You can't ever really be sure what piece will survive and what piece will be destroyed. You can destroy pieces before you destroy the cab. The thing that makes it explode is if you destroy the last cab, which is the sort of driving seat, if you will, on the tech, as they're referred to. They're referred to as techs. Is he coming? He is coming. And I say the last because you can have more than one. And you can also have artificial intelligence ones. So, I mean, this are bot AIs, technically, but you can have your own AIs that will drive vehicles for you and, for example, follow you or, you know, do certain tasks like guard an area, so on and so forth. But we'll get more into that when it actually comes up. Got a weirdly blocked nose all of a sudden. I didn't have it when I started. Oh. Right, so also down here in the bottom middle you will see BB 5553 and car. So the BB is block bucks, or I think it's block bucks, and that is the currency for the game. So you will actually be able to buy and sell blocks as well as buy and sell resources. I mentioned resource chunks earlier when I was showing you the chunks of wood that falls out of trees if you shoot them or run into them. Exhibit A. Right? Yeah, you can sell blocks, you can sell resource chunks, and that is probably, not probably, that is in fact what is about to happen when I approach this trading station. Or one of the things that will happen. You could be reading that thing at the bottom. I'm not, because I know what it's going to say, and it's not hugely important, it's just some stuff. Alright, and this is Trade at Toll, I think it's called. Yeah. Hey, got him without dying, that was lucky. Right, so whenever you increase a level, so you've got levels on up here as well, so I've gone to level 2, you get a thing with a few parts. And those parts are generally the new parts that unlock at that level. So different parts unlock at different levels. This is like a weird high wheel block. I don't really use it often, but it's there. Turning circle on this really is bad. What in the world? Ah, that's better. Cool, got another free battery. That's awesome. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to want that battery, so we'll put that on there. Now, if you drive too far away from blocks, they do disappear. There's a rotating anchor. So I'm going to put this here, which allows me to build a new tech, and I'm going to put all these blocks on it. That way it will survive, and it'll just stay here, because it's an actual physical tech. It's not just blocks laying on the ground. I don't really need these blocks, but I'm going to want them later, and you will see why when later arrives. We're a while away from later, but we will eventually get there. And I don't care about the lights, although you can put the lights on, they light up at night. They're convenient. Oh wow, you get free charge now. You didn't used to get that, that's new. Alright, so around this top ring, the highlighted yellow thing is the mission board, and if you right click on it, it gives you missions. It wants me to purchase a collector. That is over here on this little board here, believe it or not. I have to wait for it to finish tutorializing at me before I'm allowed to actually click on the thing. And then I'll be able to buy a collector. That is a collector. Right there. GSO Thimble Collector. Attach that to my tech. If I then knock down a tree, it collects some resources, and then I can bring them back to a trading station where I can sell them. See, 6 block bucks per piece of wood. Ah, so that is the next kind of resource. Oolite? No. What's that? Just rubber jelly. That was it. Couldn't remember what it was called. Anyway, yes, rubber jelly. So I need to earn $100 basically by doing this. So I just do it until I've got 100, and then the game will allow me to progress further. You can carry one in your mouse cursor. If you're smart. Right, that'll do it. And then it wants me to check the board again. No. Right, so these are the missions I now have, and now I know which one I want to do next. I want to do this turret defense one, because there'll be another trading station at which... Can I do this yet? No, I can't. At which there will be a turret, and that turret will be defending the trading station against 2 other turrets. And when I finish that, I will gain a block inventory, which actually allows me to store blocks for use later, which is the next biggest thing that you really want in the game. You see, and as you progress, the enemies that you face get steadily bigger and harder as well. Let's see if there's anything I want here. Well, I don't like these guns, so let's replace those with them. As many of them as I can find. There's another one, and another one. Aha. Cool. Any more? Yep, there's another one. Stick these to the side. See, I could also put guns on the side because they do rotate, so yeah. No better wheels or anything else here that's worth having? No, not really. I could actually do with some stability wheels in the back, but oh well, I didn't put any on. Too late now. Coffee hiccups and burps. I ate a packet lasagna for tea. Got that wonderful preservative taste in the back of my throat. There will be other things like armor blocks, etc. that will be seen later, but yeah, we're a while away from those yet. We'll worry about them when we get to them. Okay, now due to the placement of my solar arrays, I do have to be careful because I won't be able to just anchor anywhere. I have to be able to anchor somewhere flat, where both of them can reach the ground. If one of them can reach the ground and the other can't, it won't allow me to anchor. But yeah, I'm going to anchor for a bit just to charge the batteries. And that'll do it. Alright, that's a big boy. Let's go fight him. He's probably got some good guns on him. Hopefully he won't kill me. Oh, he's got a better turning circle. So if something has a better turning circle, use reverse. Oh no, stuck on a tree. And eventually, if you knock enough of his wheels off, you will then have a better turning circle than he does. But that guy had a lot of guns on him, so yeah, we kind of wanted those. So I can get rid of these piddly guns and put the lasers on, because the lasers are superior. Ooh. And got another, what's-his-face bubble out of that. That's pretty good. Don't really need another repair bubble, but that's alright, we'll hang on to it. I'll be getting rid of it when I get my inventory. Some better wheels as well, we had a lot of those, so we'll replace our cruddy ones with the good ones. And then we'll be all good ones. Which should give us a better turn of speed and a better turning circle. Another one of those is nice too. So I'll put that on. Oh, yes, you can put things on the bottom. There is also the build beam. If you hit B, this beam comes up and your tech sort of floats in midair, and the camera no longer considers terrain as an obstacle. When I'm not in the build beam, if I try to go under the ground, it won't let me. See, it'll just rotate on the ground, but in the build beam, I can get underneath to look, and you can build on the bottom of your tech as well. There are reasons why you might want to do that later. There's also another collector. We'll grab that. Anything else good here? I don't even see what else there is. Ooh! Alright, we'll get rid of this. This is a front-facing laser. Now, it doesn't have the rotational abilities of these, which can turn and fire sideways or even backwards. It only fires forwards, but it does gimbal a little bit left and right, but it's more powerful than these. So this one here is what I'm talking about. See? Little shooty laser. Yeah, they're really good, those. So if you can get them, grab them. They are worth their weight in gold. Alright, I did see another little laser. There it is. Can get rid of our last pew-pew gun and put the laser on instead. Now, you might notice I've got these little spaces on the batteries where I could put another gun. The problem is that gun can't fire because of the gun in front of it. So it's not worth putting anything there and increasing the weight of my craft for no actual gain in firepower. And our batteries did get pretty low there, so I'm going to go up here to where it's nice and flat. And anchor up. Oh, that was a bad choice. Well, apparently this guy wants a fight. But yeah, he was nothing, so not really a big deal. Did he drop anything? I can't see from this distance anything good. It's a wheel. Some more blocks. So see, I'm starting to see 2 blocks now. So once you actually go up a level, you start to see the next level of blocks as well actually appear on other techs. There's one of these little trolley wheels, which are kind of good to put on the back. They stabilize your craft when reversing. Oh, there's another one. Good. Put the other one on as well then. I don't know where that's attaching to. Oh, there we go. Right. So here we are closing on the turrets, the trading station. So one of these turrets is friendly and the others are not. So I have to kill the 2 that are not. Relatively simple. There's also someone apparently approaching who wants a fight, so we'll kill him. Right. Now, this is an AI turret. This is his cab here. The mouse cursor is hovering over it. And the arrow thingy is pointing to it. GSO anchored AI module. So he can be told to guard. And that's what it wants me to do to finish this tutorial. So he is now guarding this area. Now, the next thing that's happened, the SCU storage device, storage containment unit, and that will actually suck up any pieces in the local vicinity and store them in an inventory that I've just accessed now. See, so here on the left I've now got an inventory of pieces. Convenient. I'll drop off these resource chunks as well because I'm not doing anything else with them. Right, now, there's a bunch of stuff that I'm carrying that I'm only carrying because... Oh, the resource storage containment unit only works on one side of the trading station, admittedly. It's kind of weird and annoying, but oh well. So we'll get rid of some of these extra pieces. I've got an extra storage repair bubble I don't need. Don't really need 2 repair bubbles. I also don't need this turret, so I'm going to dismantle him, send all his blocks to inventory. Now, one of the things that guy had was he actually had a shield. Where's a good spot to put a shield block? Alright, so I'm going to want to move the repair bubble backwards and put the shield bubble there. And then put a block here. And then put the laser back on top of it. Ooh, I got some cannons. Let's put the laser back on top. We'll take these mini lasers off. cannons on the front. So they are something pounders, 3-pound cannons. So they shoot bullets like the little pew-pew guns. However, they have some good range and large amounts of damage, like surprisingly large amounts of damage. So they're really good. They also have good rotational abilities, so they do suit there. An extra battery is also good. So I might move that up and put the extra battery in there. What do I? Could be time to extend our vehicle to 5 long and move these back a row. Yes, okay, let's go for a bit more of a redesign then. So we'll take off the trolley wheels, take off the anchored solar power generators, put a block there, put a block there, put that there, and the third one. Ooh, you know what? I could base the whole thing off a rotating anchor. That'd be even better. Alright, let's lift up. We'll take the bottom off. Put the GSO rotating anchor in there. Yeah. I'll put that in there for now. We'll lift these up a little bit. Is there any reason to lift them up? Why am I lifting them up? No good reason. I'll tell you what, we'll put them on top. That's better. Haha. So we'll stay 4 long and we'll do it like that instead. So you see the techs are extremely modular. You can design all sorts of things. Let's put a light on it to show you. I've got no lights. Put some headlights on. The good thing about headlights is they do shine through weapons and things like that, which is convenient. Although it's not dark enough, they haven't actually turned on yet. They will soon though. The cab always has a mini light that's on. Or am I wrong and they don't turn on unless they're... Oh, right. Because it's right behind the gun, it doesn't see. But if I go to space, now it does. You don't really need the lights, but I'm putting them on just to sort of show you, like, you can do all sorts of things to make the tech of your dreams, well, not of your dreams, but some pretty complex things. Oh, I haven't got a radar on it. I need to put a radar on it. Well, that's easy enough. We'll just hang that off the back like that. It should be fine. Right, now this blue one, that's that tech I made before. Now I have one rotating anchor point on the bottom of my ship, so I can just hit anchor tech and that rotating anchor point will anchor me, and I can actually rotate on that anchor, which is good because it's a rotating anchor. Right, I'm gonna have to go all the way back so I can get rid of that extra tech that I have sitting on the map. I never mentioned this car thing in the bottom right, in the bottom middle as well. Different control schemes. So if it's an aeroplane, you want it to actually control differently if it's a helicopter or a hovercraft. So you can actually choose what control scheme to apply to a tech so that you have the appropriate buttons available to you. So for example, a driving vehicle like this, I don't really need yaw controls, pitch and yaw. But on a helicopter or a plane, I of course probably will. Alright, Crafty Mike. So this is the next sort of things, set of progression into the game, where Crafty Mike will start teaching you about crafting. Yes, that's right, you heard me. There is crafting in this game as well. Alright, so the first thing Crafty Mike can teach me about is selling bases. So these are delivery cannons. They're very much the same as the trading post bases, except you get more money selling them through your own base than you do selling them through the trading post. The trading post gives you really crap amounts for resources that you sell. So there's the conveyor belts. This is the delivery cannon that actually shoots it off into the sky, like in space, where I assume people are collecting these things. And this is a resource receiver, which is different to a resource collector. Right, so I'm going to need my collectors back, so I'm going to put them back here on the back of my thing. Oh, there. So it's dropped some resources on it. You see, they go down the conveyor belt, they go into the delivery cannon, and the delivery cannon shoots them into space, and you get the money for them. And yeah, Mike will teach you more and more about different kinds of resources as you go along. Oh, in fact, here is the next thing. So this is a refinery, which will refine the base resource into a more complex resource, which is worth more money. So yeah, he's going to want me to put this somewhere, so I pick it up and it's got to go there. Right, so now you will notice that it is possible for resources to go straight past the refinery. See, this little green circle is the in. See, and resources go in to the refinery and come out as more complex resources that are worth more money. But in this current setup, it's actually possible for the resources to bypass the refinery. You don't need to do that. You can have the collector only go to the in and only come away from the out. So one of those things I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set up a better selling base than this one immediately. So we're going to pull these off. I'm going to make this here and here. Change the direction. Attach the selling base. Put those two there. The resource receiver there, and now it's not possible for the resources to not pass through the refinery. Hence you will make more money because none of your resources will be delivered to space unrefined. You'll only get refined resources. So let's knock down a tree, grab some resources and demonstrate how that works. That's refined wood. What's it called again? It's got a special name. Oh, fibron chunk. Yep. And the other one turns into rubber. Now, because this is already refined, it won't go into the refinery and will actually block up the path. But that's alright, you can pick it up and move it manually if you want to. So yeah, just a quick demonstration of how that works. And again, those blocks now appear in my inventory on the left. Right, so big yellow, Geocorp. So this is GSO. These are all GSO blocks. Geocorp is another faction, and they have different blocks. If you do some work for Big Yellow, which is a Geocorp mining tech, similar to Crafty Mike, he will give you a Geocorp license. You will start leveling up in Geocorp as well as leveling up in GSO. So this is my GSO level. I'm level 2 in GSO. Geocorp will actually give me a license and I'll have access to their blocks. Now their blocks are big and industrial. They are big blocks. They aren't small blocks like GSO blocks. And we will see that shortly, but just checking, yeah, that's the only thing I've got left to do, but I do still have to go over there and knock that other tech down, so I'll do that first. So I think that's just over here. Just getting a quick charge in the batteries. I want to be careful because this tech doesn't deal with hills very well, so find a gentle slope to descend. This poor fella is way underleveled to deal with my current level of tech. Anything good in there? Not really. Are those the good wheels or the crap wheels? Those are the crap wheels, so I won't even bother with that. Right. You can also break these down into segments. So these are, for example, all the weapons that I have. Right, so now I can send all these blocks to inventory and they will get added to my inventory. I don't need these anymore. Let's put them over there. You can, if you're careful, use physics and throw things, but it isn't super easy to do. It's just something you can do. Right. Turn it into 3 lasers on the front instead, so I've got more firepower. And then we'll head over to do... Oh, these did stick around. Weird. Oh, well, I don't really care. They're not hugely useful blocks. We'll go and see Big Yellow and talk to Big Yellow. Big Yellow is... Because Geocorp is all about mining and heavy machinery, they're pretty much just going to want me to bring him resources. That's his first missions. So Big Pete's his name, apparently. It used to just be Big Yellow, but now he's called Big Pete. Yeah, I don't really need them. I never use them. Nothing here of any real great use. Alright, so he just wants free resources because he can't move technically, but, you know, you sort of got to imagine he could move and he's just lazy. But yeah, so you just get some resource chunks of whatever kind, bring them back, and Big Pete will nom them up. Oh, apparently I didn't let him finish, so now he will keep talking. See, they're designed to kind of look like things. But yeah, these are Geocorp blocks. They're big and they're yellow. Alright, anyway. So he wants me to harvest resource blocks. So I'm going to give him those. He's going to want more than that. So I'm going to have to knock down at least one more tree, maybe 2. So I'll knock this one down as well. And that's enough, apparently. Alright. And he gives me a Geocorp license, and then I now have Geocorp 0 of 500 for level 1. And some Geocorp blocks. So look how big they are. Look at the wheels. That's the smallest wheel in the Geocorp lineup. Now, getting these back to a trading post to add them to my inventory would be difficult, but I can place this cannon, attach the blocks to the cannon, attach everything to that block, and then send all those blocks to inventory. So long as you have a block that can be anchored, like a cannon or a refinery or these actual anchor blocks, you can turn them into a tech and send them to inventory without an SCU available. Sorry, I had to yawn there as well. Yawned through my sentence. Doesn't matter. Anyway. Alright, so the other thing you can do at the trading station is you can actually buy blocks. So, while I'm here, let's gather some resources, and because I know, oh, this guy wants a fight. So he's built almost exactly like me. Very, very similar concept of construction. Is there anything much I want there? I do kind of want the spare small wheels, maybe. Nah, not really. I might just grab that. And oh, alright, since I'm here, since I'm doing it anyway, I'll grab a few of these wheels. There, just 4 of them. And I could do with blocks. Let's add the blocks. Just a whole ton of blocks. That'll do. Alright. Now again, we want the refinery. We want the green end to have the resource receiver on it. We want the conveyor belts to come out of the refinery, change direction, and put the delivery cannon next to it. Ooh, this dude has a shield and a repair bubble like me. But he also doesn't have the 3-pound cannons, which are awesome. undo a lot of damage. Alright, anything good there? Not really. Oh, it's a repair shield. I'll take that. I might just hang on to that for now, and I'll add it to my inventory. Over here, thusly, and that. And I don't really care about these, but they're here, so I might as well. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Cool, and then back to the trading post to find new missions. So I made some money off some resources there, just because you can. Right. Oh, it never ceases, does it? Anything good there? Not really. But you can just throw all those blocks into range of the SCU and it will pick them up for me. So whether I need them or not, because I happen to be close, it's like worth it. Right. So this here, let's actually buy blocks. So this is the shop as opposed to my inventory. There's a lot of good blocks here, so let's have a look. 1 and 2 blocks, infinite number of those available at the moment. There's a new cab available, an anchored AI module available if I want them. I don't particularly want or need them at the moment, so I'm not going to bother. Infinite number of those little tracker wheels, but no other wheels available. That's weird. Weapons, a bit of everything. Especially these 3-pound cannons, which are good, but I'm not going to bother spending money on them. Thimble collectors is good. Block magnets. They have their advantage. I'll buy one and I'll demonstrate. Won't be immediate, but in a little while you'll be able to see what block magnets do when I destroy another tech. Some batteries available. It is tempting to buy more batteries because batteries are always good. I'll buy another one for now. So that's what a block magnet does. Just any free wheel-in magnets are attracted to the block magnet block. Yeah. So it's a convenient way of collecting blocks and bringing them back to the SCU. But I tend not to use them, so I bought one to show you how it works, but I'm not actually going to use it. There's another shield repair bubble. Oh, I got rid of that other one. Yes, I did. Manufacturing blocks. There are more refineries and delivery cannons, conveyors, fixed anchors, resource receivers. No flight blocks yet. But yes, GSO does have flight blocks. Alright, we need new missions. So, Crafty Business 2. Crafty Mike is over there, and he will teach us some more things about crafting and resource collection. So yeah, you get it. I don't know how much more I need to say. I could go on and on and on about how this game works. Oh, some 2 blocks there, I might collect them. So I'm going to stop tutorializing at you and start more just talking as I'm playing like I normally do. Yeah, Phasmophobia was getting a bit old. We just played a lot of Phasmophobia. I'm still imagining I'm going to get a hankering to play the game periodically, so it's not like I'm going to stop playing it. And when I do, there's a very good chance I will stream it, but I'm sort of trying to play less of it. I need to really make more videos as well, so I really do need to actually stop live streaming and actually edit things. Aha! I was really hoping to get that 3-pound cannon, but oh well. But we'll see. It'll take some time. So yeah, so when I do play Phasmophobia, I might record them and try to turn them into videos instead. Oh, so this is about storage silos. So again, his base had a little accident, apparently. So let's put that there. So that's what a storage silo does. It stores And despite the conveyor belt, they don't come out of the silo until they're needed, which he will now demonstrate. Yeah. So spending money on blocks, good way to get blocks, quick, easy. You can craft blocks, and this is the very beginnings of block crafting. The fabricator. So you attach that. Eventually he'll tell me to right click. And then choose a block, and he wants me to craft a basic block, and hit craft. And it'll actually auto pull them from the silo, what you need. So in this case, 1 fiber wood chunk and 2 plumite ore. And it'll make a block. Pretty cool, huh? And once he leaves, this will be transferred into my control, and I can right click and see? So I don't know what that block is, or I do, but I've never made it. And I don't think you're allowed to craft them. Oh, you are. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see if that works. I can attach a refinery like that. Sort of. Need to rotate that so it faces the right way. I still need 1 more plumite ore and a couple more fiberwood chunks, but that's easy enough to do. Plumite ore. Alright, so I haven't shown you this yet, but these rocks, they contain ores. Not all of them, some of them do. So this one's got a blue seam, so that contains titanite. If you hover over any item in the game, it'll eventually give you a indication of what it is. So that's a grassland rock, so that doesn't have anything in it. Plumite seam, cool. So I didn't even see the grey somewhere on it. Oh, there, you can just see the grey seam in it, in there. But if you hover over it, it tells you that's a plumite seam, so if I shoot it, some plumite will come out. So I'll grab this plumite and return to that storage facility. And unless I'm mistaken, it should finish making a 3 block for me. So again, a lot of this is automated, so it knows what it needs, it knows that there is a refinery available, so it sends pieces to the refinery, and look, it made me a 3 block, which I'm not supposed to have at this level. But there we go. No, actually I think I am allowed to have it. I think everything here is stuff I am allowed to have at 1. But yeah, GSO cab chassis. There are blocks here I've never seen before. Some of these are new. Bigger wheels. There's some cool stuff here. Now I could spend the time crafting all this, but it'll take forever and it'll go on. One of the things I could use is this anchored SCU, but the stuff that it needs are a bit too complex and would take far too long for me to actually construct. You can again sort. So yeah, control blocks, different wheels, weapons. Wow. Yeah, Carbius. But yeah, so crafting is a thing as well. It's not just killing people, killing other techs to get there. Alright, now I'm stuck with a bunch of resources, so I'd better make a small resource refinery to deal with that. Alright, so I want the red bit there. Yep, that's perfect. And the receiver goes there. So these hold, but they don't have the priority that a receiver does. A receiver will take them off a collector. A collector will pick them up off the ground. A receiver will also pick them up off the ground, but a receiver will take them away from a collector. A collector cannot take them away from a receiver. Beautiful. Find Agent Pow, Charlie Watchtower. I don't know what this mission's about. Just anchor and charge my batteries. Should still be able to rotate. And again, now that there's only one anchor point, it's easier to anchor. So long as the anchor can reach the ground, you should be able to anchor anywhere, basically. Just about anywhere. It's hard to do on, for example, slopes. But yeah, it's much easier to have a single anchor point, because then only that anchor point has to be able to find the ground. Whereas if you have three, if all three can't find the ground, it's considered an illegal anchor point and you can't anchor there. But yeah, Terratech, cool game. We've barely scratched the surface. We're going for an hour. We'll see how much longer I play for. At least a bit. There are different biomes. You saw this deserty biome before, and there's more than one kind of desert. See, I do not have the torque to get up that hill, but I can sort of go up it sideways by reducing the angle of attack. You can get beached. I almost got beached there on the top of that hill. So this guy's just a cab now. There we go, now we've destroyed him. Alright. And he actually had one of those, so we'll stick that there. Attach all these pieces. So this will become easier, because later on you get a storage control unit that you can actually just pull from your inventory and place down, and it'll collect everything in an area, which makes things easier. It used to be even harder, because you used to have to actually carry it with you on your tech, but you don't anymore, because you can send things to inventory now. You didn't used to be able to send anchored text to inventory. You would actually have to take them to an SCU. So your SCU couldn't eat up your SCU, so you'd have to carry an SCU on your tech to collect blocks. And then, you know, if you lost that, then you just didn't have one until you bought another one or made another one. But now you can just send SCUs to inventory and pull them out of inventory at any time. So yeah, it makes things easier. There's a limit to how hard they want the game to be. It shouldn't, collecting blocks shouldn't be that big of a challenge, and so they decided that yes, anchored techs and anything with a cab attached as well, so any techs that have an AI cab or even a player controllable cab can also be sent to inventory just by right clicking and holding the button down and selecting from the selection wheel. You can play this game on other things like consoles. I believe Xbox, and I'm not sure if PlayStation as well, but I'm almost 100% sure it's available on Xbox. In fact, it's available on Xbox. I've actually seen the physical copy in stores. It's a very cool game. I think so anyway. I can still shoot while in what is essentially turret mode. Alright, so he's going to give me a mission, but I have to go to him to get the mission. Alright. So, Charlie Watchtower. So this is one of the set pieces. There are a few set piece missions. A lot of them are just random. A lot of them are kill this, kill so many of certain things, go here and or collect this many of this resource, fetch quest style things. There are other cool ones like it'll send you to an area and tell you that there's a chest somewhere in the area, and you've got to find it before the timer runs out. And then you get what's in the chest. Sometimes it'll tell you there's a chest in the area, and you get to the area and the chest is really obvious, but then you go close to the chest and the chest doesn't open. Instead, enemies drop from the sky for a while, and you have to beat all or lots of the enemies before you can access the chest. Another battery. Do I want another battery? I kind of do. Got a lot of batteries, but that doesn't mean I can't put more batteries on. Right here on the rear, we'll put a battery in. That'll work. Alright. Some more stuff to grab and collect and add to inventory, just because. Alright, so I'm on my way to Charlie Watchtower, but as fun as this game is, you can't play it forever. The gameplay loop is good, but it's not that good. Oh, I'm not going to make it up there. Too heavy. Don't have torquey enough wheels. Alright, I'm going to get up to this plateau. I'm going to plant myself and I'm going to save the game. And then I'm going to do some creative, just to show you some of the things that are available. So save, we'll save over our existing campaign, right? We'll quit to the, you can save whenever as well, which I kind of like. Alright, so let's just play around in creative for a minute, and I'll show you some of the other blocks, because there are a plethora of blocks. Let's not beat around the bush. Alright, you have other sorting options here, all corporations, so this is just the GSO blocks. I've never seen this one before. That's new. That's kind of cool. How do I mean, there's lots of... Well, damn it, that's very annoying. Ah, there we go. That's where I would like to put it. That's kind of cool. Oh, it's even given... forget it starts you with a few example texts. So let's just have a look at some of the example texts. So, the corporations, GSO, GeoCorp, Venture, which is... they're fast. They're very lightweight and fast. They have very little armor. Hawkeye, much heavier. Every block is really heavy and heavily armored. Better Future is very sci-fi. Ridicule Research is, I think they basically only had, the last time I looked, they only had weapons in the game. I don't know how far they go now. And then there's special blocks, which is either stuff that you buy. You can buy cosmetic items for the game, so there is stuff that you can actually purchase. Not DLC so much, but yeah, it's not pay to win, but you can buy cosmetic items that no one else can have, and they turn up here. In my case, there's a few, but not a lot. So these are all the free ones that everyone gets, but there are a lot more, and yeah, you can buy them individually as well. Let's go back to all corporations, and yeah, let's have a look at some of these other techs. So this is a venture tech over here. So I'll switch to that tech. And as you can see, it looks like a racing car. It also has jets on the back. And I imagine it goes super fast. So that's what Terratech is really good at. Oh, and I completely destroyed it. Got it caught on the other tech. Alright, well, we'll go back to this one. And I'll just send that one to inventory to get rid of it. Right. This is a Hawkeye tech. See, it's automatically changed to the helicopter control scheme. So that should be shift. No. Yes? Oh no. To get off the ground. So not only that, it also changes your radar. If I can just balance my acceleration so it hovers at a nice level. So this tech is designed to always slowly move forwards by the looks of things. But yeah. Let's just fall out of the sky, because I want to land anyway. This will probably get hurt doing it, but screw it, I don't care. Alright, this is the Better Future, and is the Hovertech. As you can see, it's a little hovercraft. Does it have guns on it? It doesn't have any guns on it. Alright, that's a shame. This is also a Terratech, but it's a little airplane. This is one of my favourite airplanes, because it's super easy to handle. It's so small and has like nothing on it, but it's really hard to stack this airplane. It's like perfect. But yeah, so you use different buttons. So in this case, shift is actually accelerate, will actually move the propellers. And anything else, that it will just stay there. The problem is now is there's no like proper wheels on it, so it can't move when it's on the ground. Anyway, so that's some of those things. But let's look at some of the other blocks. That's a big cab. Alright, put a big Geocorp cab down. We'll just put a big block on the back of it. Well, a couple in this case because it's so big. And then we'll put some wheels on that. So look at some of the wheels you can get. You can get massive tracks. Let's slide them along a little bit so it's not so... There we go. I'll drive this. See? Can get all sorts of vehicles and things going. Look at these wheels. Look how big they are. They're enormous. Look at these. They're more enormous still. Yeah, like even Venture has big wheels. Yeah. Better Future has wheels. Oh, and the reticule research do have wheels. I forgot about that. They do have other things as well. Alright, let's have a look at some of the cool weapons in the game. There are lots. So GSO, we got as far as the 3-pound cannon. This is the fixed mortar. It does actually aim in on things. Combat shotgun. Forward fire in short range. Pretty quick reload time. The next cannon up. The Megaton. Very slow reload rate. You'll notice it has recoil on it. You have to take that into account. If you have a badly balanced tech and you shoot one of these, it'll just flip your tech over. Big Bertha. See? Extremely slow reload. Reload. Oops. This is me just holding the fire button down and it takes this long. to reload. And then the Gigaton. Ah, the Gigaton is actually smaller than Big Bertha. I forgot about that. But oh well. Yeah, there's this little one as well, which is also powerful. Now these don't rotate. I think this one does, but this one doesn't. Big Bertha can't rotate. It only fires forwards. It can aim a little bit side to side, but not by much. Missile batteries. These are less impressive unless... options, enemies, easy enemies. Unless there's enemies. So this will now actually allow enemies to spawn. Which I think will come in handy so you can actually see what some of these weapons do to enemies. We'll actually have to wait for one of them to spawn. But yeah, basic missile launcher. It fires its salvo of 4 before it pauses for a reload. Has good range, and these actually home in, which is why I want an enemy to spawn, so I can sort of show you that this will actually home in on an enemy. And I'll just drive around for a while and wait for someone to spawn. There he is. So it's got a good range. See? Now, it's not smart. They're not smart missiles. So they're not javelins either. So they don't know to go up and over. They'll just try and go through. Still, it works. Does the job. Alright, what else we got? Okay, so everything in Geocorp is melee. There is no firing weapons. But things like the Thresher, I need some more blocks to put this on. Let's put some blocks here and some blocks there to balance it out. This is an all-in-one. It will plow through this tree and then collect them as well. It's big and heavy. I kind of need some wheels on that, so let's put some of... I think those are going to be too high, aren't they? Yes. Some of these. To hold it up. But yeah. Run into trees and it'll actually just collect those. So there's that. Yeah, there's all sorts of weird ones. Spinning blades. Big diamond drills. Even bigger spinning blades. Big digger version. And they will totally mess up enemy techs, but they are melee, so you have to get into range. Alright, so what's Venture got? Well, Venture, again, goes in for small, light, and fast. So these are like the little piddly gun that you got before, except they take up 2 spots, and they fire really fast and pretty far. They're actually more powerful than they look. Contact shotgun. You can fire them manually, but also if you actually just run into anything, they'll fire. I won't bother demonstrating that, but there it is. Laser lance. Seems pretty small, but it rotates a full 360. It is relatively powerful. They also have their own mortar. Not as quick firing as the other one, but it's actually got better range, and it rotates, whereas the other one was a stationary mortar. It doesn't rotate. 360 shotgun is good. Oh, the cluster missile launcher is good. If you face them up, they will fire up. If you take the time to rotate them correctly, they will fire forwards. That's actually terrible. Let's see if I can find something to shoot at. I don't remember them being this bad. They must have changed how these work. Anyway, yes, they're just missiles and they home in on targets. We won't bother too much more with that. Sonic Lance. Powerful enough to tip your tech over. Non-visible. Used to be visible. It is an extremely powerful weapon. Let's just aim it at this tree and show you. I should be able to. Oh. Maybe it doesn't actually hurt things anymore. It used to. Used to be able to blow a tree apart with it. Oh, okay, so you still can, but it's, yeah, different. I don't know what this is. I've never seen this before. Mini Sonic Lance. Same thing, smaller. Cool. Alright, that's new. Uzi SMG. It's like the mini crappy gun from GSO, the first guy. But really high speed firing. So not very long range, not very powerful, but it puts out a lot of firepower in a very short amount of time. A small rocket launcher. Great fire rate. Needle laser. These are pretty good. It's a rapid fire gauntlet laser. Takes time to wind up, but once it does, it goes bananas. Starting to get into its big guns. Crossfire rifle. Long range sniper shot. Single fire rifle. Rapid cannon. So that's the first of their... Oh, I keep getting the cursor into the screen. First of their cannons. Pretty good, pretty powerful. Does a lot of damage. Dual auto cannons. Miniguns. Alright, into the Hawkeye tech. So this is their basic weapon. You'll notice that is quite a way up on the Venture Tech before you get these. On this, that is their basic weapon. Basic bayonet shotgun. Oh dear, what is going on now? Oh, it doesn't matter. Good satisfying sound on that, I must say. Repeater rifle. Very similar to the Venture repeater rifle. A little bit more powerful, a little bit shorter range. The railgun. Extremely long range, no aiming ability whatsoever. Where you point is where it goes. You have to actually rotate to change where it fires. It doesn't really lock on at all. It does within a very, very small area, but mostly it just fires straight. The Zeus cannon. Extremely powerful laser. It's much more stronger than it looks. I don't know what is going on. I've created some sort of graphical glitch somehow, but anyway, let's not worry about it. It happens. Their version of the mortar. Slow, but it is a slightly more powerful mortar and has better range. Not really indicative here. The mortars do actually adjust their range depending on when you're actually shooting at something and when you're not. In fact, there's a thing over there. Let's head towards it and see how long it takes for the mortar to actually start locking on. Some time apparently. Close enough yet? Oh, there we go. It also apparently seems to shoot in a spread shot as opposed to just straight up and down. But okay, yeah, there's that mortar. There's a big mortar. See how long that one takes to reload. I might even get destroyed here because I've got nothing but a mortar. So let's put something good on, like the cruise missile. Oh, he is already dead, so the mortar did kill him. But yeah, cruise missile, fairly long reload time. Needs the space for the missile to actually go up. So if you put it on the side, it just falls to the ground and blows up there, which can actually hurt you. But they are incredibly powerful because they are, well, they're like cruise missiles. They go extremely long distance and do a crap load of damage when they arrive. They home in, of course. Seeker missile pod. Small, quite rapid. The big. Yeah, rotary cannon. Well, I say big. Then this is the first of the sort of more tank-style cannons. It's a real actual rotating turret tank cannon. Pretty cool. The Paladin bomb, that has to actually be dropped from a helicopter. If I was to, for example, attach this here, yeah, does a lot of damage. But yes, it only really works from helicopters. Even bigger Mark III battleship cannon. Extremely long reload time, but extremely powerful cannon. Railgun. That's actually a rotatable one. A melee weapon. They do have one melee weapon. And that is the spider mandibles. Chop, chop, chop. Right. And then the deck gun. Awesome. Yeah, they home in. They don't have to be, they can be orientated in all sorts of directions. Can fire them forwards if you so wish. If I can get it to rotate so it faces forwards. I think that's facing forwards. Nope, that's facing backwards. Dagnabbit. Oh, for crying out loud, come on. There. See? So they work better on a really tall tech where it's got room to actually launch and then take off. Alright, better future stuff. Basic scatter laser. Goes and hides inside its pod. So all the better future stuff is all about clean, smooth lines. So most of their guns hide or can be built into the sort of edges of the tech, but not all. The claw plasma cutter. Short beam, but does enough damage. What else do we get? Flamethrower. Oh. That one actually mounts up here, I didn't know that. Gets bigger with time. And then does a decent amount of damage. I think there's something stuck in here. Is there? No. I don't know what that graphical glitch is, it's annoying me. Basic laser rifle. Slightly bigger than the dot laser. It's this one. Same concept though. Trapdoor assault laser. Even bigger. This one's cool. It will actually rotate to face the target. It is gimbal mounted, but it can't go up and down. It just goes around in a 360. The Gatling laser. This is pretty big and pretty cool looking. And it does rotate a fair amount. I think it's 90 degrees. Might be further. Basically a bigger one than the other one. The D-ray. Very slow. Doesn't look like much. Is absolutely devastating. Alright. That's literally fireworks. They do damage, but very little. Oh, the vibro blade. Just constantly on. Cuts things. Oh, the sonic blaster. Damn powerful. Takes a while to warm up when you hold down the button. Talon laser, similar sort of concept as the ones from Better Future. 0-point energy gun. Ooh, oh yes. Does it work on me? It does. No gravity inside there. I don't know how long it lasts either. Seems like a very long time apparently. But yeah, can completely mess up your enemy. If you hit him with one of those, they're just stuck. Fairly long lasting, but not forever, obviously. Or does it last until you add another one? Maybe that's what it is. No, you can have multiple. Okay. Gigaplasma. Yeah. That's a big laser cutter. Oh, the hive. That's the loading time. But then once it is loaded, and every single one of those will home in. And the Tesla coil. That just auto hits anything in range, I believe. Like, so long as it's on, it'll just hit things. Let me add a radar. Let's see if I'm right about the Tesla coils. I'll put a couple more on just to see if I am right about the Tesla coils. I'm not 100% on them. They're new. So we'll just run around with a bunch of Tesla coils on top and see if this does what I think it's supposed to do. Which is just auto-target and destroy things. Well, that's doing absolutely nothing, so maybe I'm wrong. Oh, it requires battery power to function, so I've got no battery. So that's apparently not going to work unless I've got batteries. So let's go in here. This thing's going to kill me. Give me a weapon. Kill this before it kills me. Batteries, you say? Batteries. And then I need charge. So let's just build a quick charging station of some description. Battery back here for now. Where'd that other Tesla coil go? There. Quick charging station. Gluon Mega Battery. Wow. That's a new one. I haven't seen that before. It's just a massive battery by the looks of things. Alright. Charge. Furnace plasma generator. That'll work. That probably only works when anchored, doesn't it? Yes, damn you. Alright. Solar it is. Lots and lots of these, and some wireless chargers to transfer it. This will take ages, but we can improve it by going bananas with that, and then using the big ones. Adding the anchored furnace and burning some thing. There we go. Right. Now let's see how what this Tesla coil does. I'm definitely very back heavy, but oh well. Oh wow. Okay, that took ages to charge and used almost my entire battery, but the 4 of them did destroy, and I mean destroy. Alright, let's head back to it, because there were 2 more options that we hadn't checked yet, and I don't think I've seen them before either. Repulsor cannon. Oh, no, I have seen this. It's cool. You can make it looks like a B-52 Sky Fortress or whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. But yeah, it's a different sort of... You can hang it from the front of a plane and it'll aim low and shoot at things on the ground. It's pretty epic. And then a sticky bomb launcher, hey? That's pretty cool. Excellent. Alright, so that's all the basic weapons. Yeah, and all of this stuff becomes available as you progress through the campaign. So you can mess around with it in creative if you want to. Let's put a massive repair bubble on. So the Geocorp repair bubble is enormous, but slow. So it takes longer to repair, but look at the size of it compared to the GSO one. Oh, now we're out of battery power. God damn it. Where's that repair station? There. Charge station, I should say. So that's the size of the regular GSO one. The Venture repair bubble. Very small, very fast, very efficient, uses very little. It's smaller than the GSO, but not by much. Well, okay, it's about 2/3, a third, even by area, probably. Hawkeye, same concept. Takes up 2 blocks of space, but it's huge for its energy efficiency as well. And again, then you also get shields. The Hawkeye Havoc shield is polyhedral. I like it. It's cool. Venture shield. Small, relatively energy efficient. Does the job. Geocorp doesn't have a shield. They still don't. I would have thought they would have added one by now, but apparently it's just not how it works. Mobile furnace generator, which means that one will actually work while I'm moving. So it'll actually generate power by feeding it resources like fibron or wood. And feeding it the refined fibron chunk would actually be better. Would actually add more. Let's see what else we got. Better future battery. Just, yeah, different looking battery. Oh, solar panels. Yeah, these are pretty cool. Again, they do need to be anchored, and they aren't themselves. They don't themselves have an anchor. We can just find some way to extend one. There we go. See, much bigger, provides much more power. What have we got here? Oh, that's their repair bubble. So yeah, pretty big. Flat shield. Extends a shield in a particular orientation, which I kind of like. Edge shield. Corner shield. So you can see how their shielding sort of technology works, but they also do have a regular shield bubble projector. Also polygonal, sorry. Long flat, same thing, just bigger. Dynamo generator, what the hell is this? When attached to a moving tech. So this produces electricity just by moving. Cool. Interesting. Those are new as well. And yeah, so there's all sorts of things that this game has going for it. That's just a brief sort of overlook, and all of it becomes available step by step as you progress through the campaign. The campaign has a logical progression. It's lots of fun. And yeah, we're going to be let's playing it for a while now. I've missed a few chats. I didn't realise. I wasn't looking over there. Yanis Meisha Koman? I have no idea what language that is. Anyway, oh well. And P96 dropped in, and I think has left again since. But yeah, this is Terratech, if you're still there. I don't think you are, because YouTube is telling me otherwise. But yes, he just wanted to know what game this was, because he probably hasn't seen it before. But yeah, so that's a bit of Terratech. Tech Manager, that's here, yep. So that's just all the things. These are all the things that are actually in existence at the moment. I can send them to inventory from here, which is cool. You can also make... oh, those are the enemy techs that are in... Yeah. So you can't always do this. See what enemy techs there are, but in creative they do turn up. You can load text, so you can save and load them for later. Like, I don't know what this is, but let's deploy this and see what it looks like. I think this might be one of mine. Then again, maybe not. Oh, that's one of mine. Yes, this is one of mine. So this is one that I actually developed during the course of the campaign. On the back here, I can actually collect resource chunks, and they will be refined and shot off into space while I'm driving around. Because Venture has mobile refineries and mobile delivery cannons. Pretty cool, huh? Where is that charging base? Oh yeah, I got rid of the charging base. Oh well. Yeah. Won't leave the ground, but it goes really fast and it's enormous. It has lots of very big guns on it. But these are just all the big guns that I'd found so far during the course of actually playing the game. What else is there? I should have a mobile base somewhere. Apparently I don't. Auto snapshot. Let's see what that is. Oh. Right, that's just this one. Fair enough. Yeah, so in creative you can place these as many times as you want. In the campaign, so long as you have the blocks, you can place them again. So I can go to this, and then I can send these to inventory. And yeah, so if this was the campaign and I was running around on this, but I had all the blocks for this, I could deploy it as a new tech and it would just arrive just like that, and I could switch to it and drive it around. Pretty epic, huh? Alright. But I think that's going to do it for now. So, as I said, this has been Terratech. We will be making a Let's Play out of this. I have barely begun in the actual campaign. I don't know whether that creates a save or not. I think there are auto saves as well, but yeah, not so worried about it. So we are this far, which is not very far at all. Level 2 and Level 1 haven't even discovered the other corporations yet. On our way to do Charlie Watchtower, which is one of the first set-piece missions in the game. But yeah, you'll see more and more as I progress through the game. Actually getting new weapons and stuff will be exciting, as opposed to in creative, when you can literally just throw them on a tech because you have infinite inventory. Even things like when I get my first SCU will be amazing, because I won't have to build an anchored base and stick blocks to it and stuff. I'll just be able to put down an SCU, wait a few seconds while it powers up, and then it'll collect all the blocks, and then I can send the SCU back to inventory. It'll be great. But we'll get on to that as we get to that. Oh, the skybox does move, does rotate. I think that's kind of cool as well. Neat little thing. There are weird terrain features. The moon rises and falls. Things like these, whatever the hell you'd call them, monoliths, I guess. I've seen some cool bases built on monoliths. And yes, you can and will build bases in this game eventually. You'll get far enough into it that you will decide that, yes, it's time I built a base. This area actually in front of us is one of the best spots to build bases. I'll just go over there to sort of demonstrate, because it's the salt flats. They are really, really flat, which makes it really nice and easy to build a base. If you can find a salt flat with a drill bot, oh well, whatever. If you can find a salt flat with a trading post in the middle of it, or in it anywhere, ooh, got a bit airborne there, and fell over. Yeah, if you do fall over, you can just use the build beam to turn your tech the right way up again. If you can find a salt flat with a trading post near it, then set up base there, because it'll give you access to missions constantly. And yeah, it's nice and flat and easy to build in the salt flats. It's really, you can have problems with bases when the terrain is all lumpy and hilly. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little introductory Let's Play to Terratech. I did end up tutorializing more than I would have really wanted to, but it's not the simplest of games, so some of it does need to be explained to people who have never seen it before. I will be doing less of that as we progress through the game, and I will just be playing and talking about crap like I do in most other games, where I just waffle on and talk about things. But yeah, hope to see you soon. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. If you'd like to see more of this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. Makes it nice and easy to find my channel, where all the stuff is located. And if you'd like to get notifications when I go live or when I upload a new video, hit that bell icon. It is a good idea, because I don't have a schedule for uploading videos or streaming. I just do stuff when stuff gets done. If I feel like streaming, I will stream, and if I have a video to upload, I will upload it when it's done. So you never know when that's going to be. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.